magical.
Madness.
Hi,
Hello.
welcome to Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk number 3.
Coffee Talk, no, it's number 4.
Oh, number 4. My bad.
but
Been losing count. It's okay, though.
but it's Coffee Talk
It is
time.
Coffee Talk.
So grab your cup of coffee and join with us in some nostalgia and spoilers and all of the things.
All of the things.
Yeah, this one I am so excited about. I do have to say that Coffee Talk is one of my favorite things that we do. And it's because of episodes like this. So grab your coffee because we are going to be heading into what I would call a wild ride.
A wild ride.
Something that might be, some might say, welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
Some may even say this is just it's a journey, an adventure into discovering who you are.
Okay. All right. What does that mean?
And I'll just give you one hint. It's my
Is it in your
favorite
hand?
movie. It's in my hand if you're watching.
Tarzan.
It is Tarzan.
Nice.
And
I thought you were heading towards Jungle Book or something. But
no,
Tarzan makes
actually, when I
sense.
said welcome to the jungle, I wanted to say that to throw you off.
Oh, you
but-
did for a second.
Yep, it is
But
Tarzan.
then I saw your Tarzan mug that's in your hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're watching, this is my Tarzan mug. If you're listening, it's just my Tarzan mug, and it's for the 25th anniversary of Tarzan.
Your mom got you that, right?
Yes, my mom got me that, and she got it from Disneyland. And
Oh, yeah, that's right. Disneyland.
yes, they only did like this limited edition Tarzan stuff. And I have never seen any Tarzan merchandise, but they did it for the D23 event that just happened.
Okay.
And she got this, and she got me a Tarzan bag to match it. And I
That's
know
right,
that
yeah.
she was able to get a Turk, like stuffed animal from it.
Yeah.
And let's just say that Tarzan was and still is I think my favorite Disney movie. So I was very excited about this coffee talk to just go through Tarzan.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, we went to go see it in theaters. And that was the first movie that we had ever went to see in the theaters twice.
Wow.
Because my mom took us to see it, and then I think my dad was at work, and she's like, "We need to go see this all together."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh, we get to see this twice."
In the movie theater
Yeah,
too.
in the
That's super
theaters.
cool.
And that came out in the 90s.
It came out in 99.
Yeah. So I was only 5 years old,
Yeah.
which is crazy to think. But I remember seeing it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a good movie. It still is a great movie, but something about that movie that I think really holds up is all of the music.
Oh. Well, we got to talk about Phil Collins now.
We gotta talk about Phil Collins.
Yeah, it's my favorite soundtrack for sure of any Disney movie.
Yeah.
He killed it. He did every single song.
Yep.
I feel like that's such a daunting task.
And not just the songs, but the music too. So he
Yeah.
did all of the the background music and all of the songs. And it just makes me wonder why doesn't he do all of the Disney movies?
Well, it's to the point now when I hear, because like that was my first exposure to Phil Collins because I
Yeah.
was so young.
Yeah.
So when I hear Phil Collins nowadays, my mind just immediately goes to Tarzan.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
that's-
when you hear Genesis.
Yeah, because that's just what I think of now.
Yeah, it's Tarzan, and then he also did the music to Brother Bear.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember
I'm
that.
actually not familiar with that sound. I don't even know if I've seen that movie, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow. That's another very good underrated
need to-
movie.
Talk about that one at some point.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to talk about that one because that's another great like banger of an album, just like Tarzan is.
Yeah.
Like all of the music in Tarzan is fantastic. There's no music in there that I don't want to listen to like right now.
Yeah.
And I think one of my favorite songs is the You'll Be in My Heart. That song, I mean, this movie was a movie that I watched a lot with my papa.
Yeah.
And we would just, I know I would like cuddle up with them and we'd watch it on VHS. So you'd have to wait for it to rewind all the way before you're able to watch it again. It was much more
The
commitment.
VHS, yeah, that's another thing too. That was one of those movies where it was yeah, only on VHS, so
Yeah.
which nowadays is so foreign and no one even talks about VHS anymore.
Yeah, there was so much more commitment to
Soon
watch a
DVDs will be the
movie.
same way.
And even like a DVD, watching a DVD compared to a VHS, there was just so much more commitment that you had to go through because I mean, you had to wait for that to rewind. You
Yeah,
couldn't just go to the main
because we
menu
were
and
talking about that the other day on
press play
actually
again.
at one of your family events
Yeah.
and how the whole rewinding process. I'm like, holy crap, I forgot that was something
Yeah.
we did.
And we honestly might have been talking about it with my grandpa because he talks about always rewinding that VHS with me because we would watch it every single day. He watched us every day
Yeah,
while my mom was working. So, I mean, we watched it every day. It was my favorite movie.
yeah,
And I would still watch it every day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I
it's a
definitely turned
classic,
on part of it today as well.
and that's something like I feel like is that considered like Disney's Prime back when those like you got
Yeah.
that The Lion King and stuff like that
I think
was
they
coming out.
called it like the Renaissance
Okay,
movies. I think that's what the like era of Disney is when all of those like fantastic 90s movies came out.
yeah,
But this I would put this one in one of the underrated movies of that era. And
hmm
I don't know why. I don't
well they
like
don't do it like there's hardly anything in the parks or anything like
yeah,
about it,
yeah, which
which
is
isn't
so
really
surprising.
interesting to me on why they chose not to really because I feel like you could make some pretty cool rides or attractions or something
Yeah.
with that movie.
And I think one of the things they used to have there was a show almost like, well, I know where it's at, so I don't actually know this show. I've never seen it. Wish that I had. If I could go back in time
Yeah.
and watch this, I would. But it's where the Finding Nemo show is. That show used to and Animal Kingdom. That show used to be a full Tarzan show. And
Oh wow.
I can tell you I'd much rather watch that than the
Then the
Finding Nemo
Nemo.
show.
I
Um
would for sure.
and I feel like
But it's in that same like amphitheater.
yeah, it was
Okay.
in that same area, same theater. So I just can't even imagine what that was like. And it would just be cool to think you went there and then afterwards you could actually go see the gorillas that are there on the one trail.
Yeah.
Like you actually can go see a show and then like that directly correlates to that.
Yeah, like I feel like in the Jungle Cruise they could incorporate like some movie stuff from like either Tarzan or Jungle
Yeah.
Book or something, but they
Yeah.
don't. But
No.
it's still a cool thing to do, but I feel like they could have incorporated some movie stuff in there.
I just feel like we also just need what happened to the Tarzan meet and greet? Do you know what I would do if I was able to meet Tarzan?
Yeah, it'd be something
I
special.
I got very emotional meeting Buzz Lightyear. I can't imagine being able to meet Tarzan. And I
Yeah.
think like I don't know if they
But
both still come out, but
how
I
would the
know
character dress? Would he have to wear a loincloth? Like how would that
I think that they did, but I think like obviously it's more than the
there are children
animation.
at that park.
Yes, it's more than the animation loincloth, but
Yeah.
and I think that he wore shoes too, like like Chacos or something.
Yeah.
But I would
Modesty.
I know that Jane will meet every once in a while, and I feel like I've seen like a
Jane? Really?
Jane. Yeah, I
Wow.
feel like I also seen a picture of Turk meeting.
Okay.
And I just feel
Is that
like
pretty rare?
can we? Yeah, I think it's like the probably the after. I don't know what the pictures. I don't know if they were old pictures that I seen or if it was like an after hours or like I know like Run Disney events, they'll bring out a bunch of different characters.
Yeah.
Like they'd probably bring out some of those characters from like decades. They'll bring out 90s characters, so I'm sure they'll bring out people like that.
Yeah. That makes sense. There's
But
a lot of people who would want to see that.
yeah, I would be one of them.
Yeah.
I think another part of this movie that's like resonates with me is the scene where they discover the camp. That's the song, but
Yes.
when
Yep.
all of them go
The pots and pans
the
and
pots and pans
yeah.
and all of
I
that.
can't even begin to tell you the name of that song.
It's called Discover the Camp.
Oh, it is. What's the obviously? There's no actual words in it. All right. It's just like
Shoo-ba-doo,
yeah,
da-ba-da-doo-doo,
and that's it, right? It's
da-ba-da-doo-da.
just that line.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then about shoot up, she-doo. Yep.
Telling you, Phil Collins is a genius. What made him
Whoop,
think to
whoop.
like make that the song? I don't know, but
And it's so good.
yeah,
And
it's
that,
great.
but that scene has, like little, like the Disney Easter eggs in that scene. They have, like Chip and, Miss Potts from Beauty and the Beast. They're like,
Really,
yeah, they're like in the camp.
for real?
Yes.
No way.
You probably never noticed it because you,
So when did Beauty and the Beast come out?
around that same time, I think
Must have been before, obviously.
before.
Okay. Wow, that makes me want to
I
watch
don't know
that
what
scene
year.
now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Do they do that with a lot of other movies?
They do that with a lot of other movies, and it's actually there's like there's a person. Oh, I wish I knew his name, but I don't. But there's a person that will do like all of the like he goes through all these Disney movies and connects them or Pixar movies, and there's like this one that kind of hints to Elsa and Anna's parents actually being Tarzan's parents
Oh,
because
you
they're
showed me
like in
that.
the
Yeah, you
in the
showed me that. That's right.
shipwreck. They're
There
actually,
was
and I'm like, whoa.
that looked like there could be some like
I'm like,
there actually could be something there.
I think it could be,
Really? Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, Tarzan's parents are someone.
Yeah. They are they
um,
came from somewhere.
yeah,
They came on a ship. I
they
know that.
did. They came on a ship and they built that house, that tree house, so fast. Like that baby didn't even age while
Yeah.
they're building an entire tree house.
Cruising.
I'm like, how did you build this
How did
house with
the two of you
windows?
do that?
It's two of them, and they built like the most amazing treehouse I've ever seen. And their baby didn't age, so it was very quick.
Yeah, it's impossible.
No, no, it's
It
real
just
life.
doesn't happen. If me and you went to the jungle and tried to build a tree house, good luck to us.
We wouldn't survive.
Maybe we would have a platform to stand on.
I don't think we'd even have that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't.
Kudos to them though
I probably wouldn't help.
for building a pretty dope tree house.
Yeah, like a really cool tree house, and I mean,
I think the tree house scene where the leopard or
oh
whatever,
yeah.
that's I think one of the scenes that I remember the most for whatever reason.
Well, it's scary
Yeah.
as a kid.
Right.
Like it's actually very scary whenever that leopard came in. Was it a leopard or was it a cheetah or I can't
It was a
remember.
big cat with spots on it.
Big cat with
Yeah.
spots.
So it was a cheetah or a leopard.
Like whenever they would come in, that part was really scary. And then like the very end of the movie, obviously when Clayton is fighting Tarzan, like that part is very dark.
Yeah.
And very scary with all of the vines and like when yeah, and then he dies and it's very dark and gets very sad.
Yeah.
But it all turns out okay. And when I watch it now as an adult, I'm like, how did I watch this so much as a small child and never like get scared? Because I'm scared of things now. So I don't know, was I braver then?
Maybe. Things too, I don't know how much registers when you're a child.
Yeah, yeah. There was but the movie was so good.
And it was.
It's definitely like a comfort movie for me. I will still turn it on. Just listen to the music. I can just have it on in the background and know what's happening.
Yeah.
Because I've watched it so
We'll
much.
throw that soundtrack on every once in a while.
Yep, we throw on the soundtrack. I remember when we first, pretty sure when we first started dating, I have this specific memory of coming up to you in your car and you were listening to the Tarzan soundtrack. I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. But you're like, I'm just listening to the Tarzan
Maybe
soundtrack.
because I wanted you to like me.
Probably.
Probably true.
Probably. You're just trying to get the girl after that.
Come hear what I'm listening to.
Hey, come listen to this.
But that is a soundtrack. That there's very few Disney soundtracks I would listen to just to listen to.
That is one of them.
That's one of. That might be the only one. That one, and Ratatouille.
And Up. You listen to that soundtrack
Yep.
too.
Yeah, there's some good ones in there.
Yep.
But very, very, very few would I do that with.
Yes. So Tarzan, underrated, has it all. Has the like a really cool, like really great action scenes. Has fantastic music. It has a great love story. A great, good, like parent moments that are like
Yeah,
very
he's
good.
raised by animals.
Yeah, and they love him, and
And he did have two original parents that loved him too.
yeah, I mean, I think that is true.
They
Yeah,
just didn't last long,
didn't last long in the jungle.
unfortunately.
But that happens, and they could have loved Elsa and Anna too. That could be their parents.
Yeah, possible.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like one of my favorite movies. I think it'll always be one of my favorite movies. I don't know if it's just because I watched it so much that it's just seared in my brain forever.
Yeah.
Or, but I think like overall, you have storyline, you have the music, and it should just be featured more.
Yep. It's one of those like it's a timeless movie.
Yeah.
It'll be around, and like the animation isn't like. Sure, it's not like the animation we have today, but it's animation that will stick around.
I don't know. That kind of animation though is so Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Like you,
Yeah.
that's what reminds me of Disney animation, not the computer generated animation they do now.
Yeah.
That animation is what is Disney to me.
Yep. Classic Disney right there.
Classic Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's about
That was
it
some
for
real
Tarzan.
nostalgia right there, Madison. that definitely brought me back.
Yeah.
I think that's the old. Yeah.
And also one thing about Tarzan is that this story has been told in multiple different ways, which I think is cool. They came out with that. I mean, it's not Disney, but the live action one. I really like that one, The Legend of Tarzan. I don't know if George of the Jungle came from Tarzan, but it's very similar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Reminds me of Tarzan. So I don't know if George of the Jungle or Tarzan came first, but pretty much same category.
Yeah.
So Tarzan, timeless.
Yeah.
I
There's
think
some knockoffs.
yeah, should be featured more. If
It
not,
should be, yeah.
if not in the park, please just in merchandise. Don't let us wait 25 years.
That is wild to me
to get this mug.
that they don't sell like merchandise like that.
Why not?
If you're watching, you should watch and check out this mug. It's pretty dope.
It's a great mug, and seriously, my bag matches this mug, like
Should hold it up to
flawlessly.
the camera.
Can you see it?
Beautiful.
Thanks.
What a great mug.
That's it. Tarzan, over 25 years old now.
Wild. That is so wild.
Yep, that's it. That's it for today's episode of Coffee Talk. So, if you can find one of these mugs, get it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That'll be worth some money one day.
You might have to wait another 25 years before it comes out again, and it could be exclusive, and you could not buy it online because I just happened to have my mom go to Disneyland right after D23, so it just happened to work this way. So 25 years from now, if you can find this somewhere, find it on eBay, get it.
Yep.
And
Grab your mug.
grab your mug and listen to this episode.
And join us next Friday for our next Coffee Talk.
Woohoo!
And look out for our next episode coming on Monday.
See ya soon.
See you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.